So, I'm at the end of my note placement. What would I do at this stage? Actually, there's a couple of things I would do. I usually I set all of my notes first, and then I try to look for golden notes. In this case, I've already set a couple while I was working on it, but usually I don't. And then what I'll do is I'll zoom out by grabbing more pages, go quickly look at the song, and that'll give me an idea of how long some of the notes are and how high some of the notes are. I mean, just going like that, you can clearly see that this little packet of notes here is the highest throughout the song. So that could be an indication that this is golden note material. Again, these hearts are usually the longest notes of the song. Those could be more golden note material, and I'm actually going to put a golden note here. Remember this a true heart, which was different from every other a true heart. So because it's different, because it's a little special, I'm going to give on the heart a golden note. Now, I've mentioned golden notes. You don't have to put golden notes. It's up to you. You can have every note worth exactly the same thing. The next step I would do, I already have a BPM of 290, is actually look at, I've mentioned them before, the gaps in between the page gaps. So remember these little vertical bars here? I personally like to, feel more comfortable with the bigger gaps following the last note than bigger gaps following the first note. You don't want, of course, something like this because you're supposed to be singing shining, and what this means is that the words only appear on the screen once you hit this bar. So if I have a bar across my word, then the word will not have yet appeared on the screen. The game will already be asking me to be singing the notes, so that's problematic. This is sadly one of those songs where there aren't too many possibilities for leeway. You'll have some songs, maybe slower songs or ballads, where it's normal to have like big gaps like this in between every single page, and then you can easily put your page break here or here or here, and it's not going to be a problem. I like to have, I've mentioned this before, I think I like to have at least 3 or 4 bars, little squares before my page break, especially once you're up in the 300s. I find that if you have less than 3 bars, then your note will usually disappear while you're still singing, and this note shows up and you're still singing this text and the text disappears. So that's frustrating. But the thing is, you can't always do that. If you have a song like this one where the singer goes from one sentence to the next very fast, you may not have the leeway to move around with the page break. So that's more of a personal preference. You could say that at this stage the song is pretty much done. What you can do, of course, once you've saved, is close Yass, and wherever your songs are on your computer, that's up to you. Mine are in a Ultrastar songs, and then I've got a folder for creations, and I told Yass that's where my songs were. You can add some more information to your text file. So this is a song that I was working on, and this is, I don't have a video for this song. Why is it telling me that I have a video for this song? So let me just get rid of this. This would be a standard text file after you've finished a song in Yass. Actually, sometimes you may not even have this creator tag. So this is what you have. Now, if you want to make the game more fun, if you're tired of singing in front of a black background and maybe you want a video, you have a video of the song, or you want a background picture for the song, this is where you put in this information. So one thing you can add is the creator of the song. And I didn't want tab, I wanted caps lock because everything has to be here in caps lock. Well, at least in capitals. So, creator. This, it's not gonna change your song or anything. It's only a little indication of who worked on the song. So here you can put your name. You can put your username if you have like a special name that you use for creating songs. I mean, this is mine. So you can add, as I've mentioned, a video. You can add a background image. You can also add a little cover image. So when you're going through your songs, you have a little image of the song. So if you want to add a cover, a video, or a background, now you can't have and a video and a background. You can have them both here, but the game is only going to pick one. Essentially, if you have a video available and you've got your information here, the game will play the video and will not show up the background. Or if there's a problem with your video, the game will show the background. Now, you can find these images anywhere on the internet. So, for example, I can just go into Google, and then let's look for pictures. This is a song from a Wii game. So let's see if I can find a picture of the Wii game that the song is from. So I've got some pictures here. I can say, for example, oh, this would look like a nice picture for a background. So while I'm singing, this is the song that plays. And this would look like a nice picture for the cover of the song. So if you find a picture that you like, you copy or paste it into your computer somewhere. I've already done this. So I've named them Will Background. So this is going to be my background. And this is going to be the cover image that I use. You don't have to name them exactly the same. Like, it doesn't have to be no keywell. You can name them 1, 2, 3, 4. You can name them whatever you want. What's important is that you use exactly the name that you've given here and the extension that the file has. You use exactly that in the text file. If you call this file will background with a capital B and a capital K, and you call it will with a small b and a small k, your game's not going to like that because it's not going to find the file. So we're going to just put in our information. I don't have a video, but if I had one, I would put or MP4. I usually have my videos in AV format, but that's up to you. And this is where the synchronization issue comes in that I mentioned in the first video. Save, so Control S, you gotta save all the modifications that you do in the text file. And just to see if this is working, we're gonna open the game and just check that everything's there. So let's open Ultrastar. So you'll excuse my Ultrastar for taking a little while to load. I have a fast computer, but Ultrastar always takes a little while for some reason. Maybe it's because of all the songs. Come on. This is actually, oh, well, I'll tell you about it later. So my game's open. Now let's check to see if we can find our song, which is called Will. Well, look at that. There's our cover, so that's good news. Now if I open the song and I see the image of the girl with the purple pink background, I can't. I get a white background. So obviously this means that I made a mistake when I inputted the information regarding the background. So let's go fix that. So I'm just gonna escape my game and reopen my file. Oh, see, here's the problem. I forgot to add an extension. So I said, this is the name of my file, but I forgot to say, oh, this is a picture file. Oh, this is a movie. Or this is... So we've just fixed that. And now we should get the background again. No, I'm not going to sing the song. I would on my own if I were to karaoke, but I'm not gonna sing on YouTube. At least not this song. You'll just have to take my word that the notes are good. And now we have our background. That's great news. Now, other things we can do at this point is you may want to add the song to a playlist. For example, you can make a playlist of your own creations. So to do that, you're on the song and you hit M, and then you have Add Song. Add Song to new playlist, and then you can name your playlist My Creations. And then create the playlist. And then you've added this song to your playlist. If you want to add any other song to your playlist, you can do that as well too. So for example, I didn't make the song, but let's say that I did. I would go add song, add to the playlist My Creations. You've noticed I have other playlists here. You may want to create other playlists depending on the style, the language of the song. I have friends who don't like Korean songs and friends who really like Korean songs. So if I make a playlist of Korean songs, then they can find the songs very fast. To open a playlist, you'll just hit P and then choose the song that you want. So P, and then let's go My Creations. And now we have the two songs that I added in that playlist. So that's a fun way to quickly see some of your songs. For example, this is actually my playlist right here. These are the songs that I made. So this is a quick way to figure out what you've worked on, what you're currently working on. And if your friends are over and you want them to sing a particular song that you made, well, here's a way to do it. Well, that pretty much wraps up the song tutorial. Actually, something that happened not too long ago. After I put up the first couple of videos, someone came up to me, a member from our forum, and asked if I would help on one of the songs. So this person mentioned that they had already placed all of the notes in the song, so that would be similar to part 2 of part 2 and part 1, because he had split the syllables. So he had done part 1 and part 2 of the video, but that of the tutorial. But this person was not particularly good with setting the pitches, so the heights of the notes. And then they asked me if I could put in the notes for them. And I did, and I'm glad that that person asked me, because I got to work on a song which I didn't know, and now I really, really like. So that's something you can do very easily, is collaborate. You can always, if you don't have friends that you know who are good at setting notes, well, you can always join an Ultrastar community and look for people there. If you're really lost, go ahead and send me a little message and say, hey, do you mind collaborating on the song with me? Sure, that's fine. So just go ahead. Now, on that note, I think I'm pretty much done with the tutorial, and I wish you good luck with the rest of your songs.